Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Agundes. Okay, we will now recess into the California Military Institute meeting at 5:14. Okay, the meeting's finally up. You may join. It's not up. There it goes. Okay. Everybody in? Okay, this meeting is called to order at 5:16. Invitation to address the Board of Trustees on closed session items. That's what it says. I have none. Closed session, is it necessary?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bear with me, sorry. Taking a sweet time here. Okay.
Eric, tell the audience he could assist you.
It just jumped up over the revision adoption. Hold on. It just jumped over the revision adoption. Hold on, I gotta go back to it. Okay. Hold on one second. Hold on. There we go. Now I'm going to take meeting there. I had to go select it individually and then take the meeting. So it's just weird right now. Okay. So we have a motion for the revision, adoption, ordering of the agenda.
Second.
I think Joan had you there, Dr. Rouse. Any questions, comments? No? Please vote. Thank you. Now, student representatives to the Board of Trustees. Trustee Cooley.
All right. Will the Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Omar Guerra please come forward from CNI?
Good evening, Mr. Superintendent, Dr. Greenberg, Cabinet. Good evening, President Ellison, board members, and special guests. As always, thank you for allowing me to speak before you all to represent my school. And to begin, during the President's Week off group of our cadets had the special privilege to go to New Mexico Military Institute for close to around a week, and they had the privilege to explore the different military cultures at another institute, and they shadowed the ROTC cadets there. And if you look to the right photo, what they're doing is called a leadership reaction course, and what it is that they're given a certain objective and task, and they have to complete it a certain way within a certain amount of time. And it could be like, oh, for example, like if you touch the asphalt, it's in this scenario it's radioactive, and if you touch it, you die. You have to start over. So this is where their leadership skills kick in and see how they collaborate as a team to get the mission completed. And for the second event, the Friday after the break was CMI's 2016 military ball, and it was our biggest ball. We nearly had 500 students attending there, and we paid our special respects to the MIA, the heroes of our country. We had a ceremony that was hosted by the 163rd Reconnaissance Wing. We had the colonels from there, Colonel Kelly, which is one of the top commandants in the California Cadet Corps, and we had our special guest, Mr. Superintendent, and you can see him in the picture on the bottom left. And what that picture is, it shows the 163rd Reconnaissance Wing, the staff that came, and the cadet staff in the background. And on the right, that's Colonel Kelly with our Cadet Sergeant Major Moran Hussein. Now for the FAFSA, it was heavily focused during that week. We came back from President's Week off, and all of our seniors on campus completed the FAFSA. The reason why it's 99.11% is because we have one of our cadets that's homeschooled for medical reasons, so we couldn't get to him to complete the FAFSA, but all of our other students and seniors, we tried. I called him too. No. He's one of my friends too. So all the other seniors on campus were able to complete it, and most of the seniors thought the FAFSA was just a waste of time to give out the government their personal information, but after completing it, it allowed them to realize that it's a special opportunity that they shouldn't take for granted, because it's a step forward to a successful life through education. CMI sports team, for this season, all of our sports teams did really well. They all went to the first round of CIFs, except for the boys soccer team, which made it to the quarterfinals of the CIFs, and they placed first place in their league, as well as the girls basketball team. And on the left, that's our boys soccer team, and on the right is our girls seniors from the soccer team. And then the following Monday after the military ball was, we got invited to a special event known as the Marine Corps Silent Drill Team. And it's hosted at Martin Luther King High School. And what it is the silent drill team of the Marines and the Commandant's own Marine Drum and Bugler, Corps. And it's really amazing. You guys could see it on YouTube. It's an incredible sight to see it in person, though, because everything's done without giving any commands. So it's all memorized, the whole routine. And on the rifles, they have bayonets on them. And there's a part of it where they're marching while one squad's halted. The other one's marching and they're twirling the rifles in between each member. So it's like, it gets you like, oh, they're going to hit each other. And then the Marine Corps Drum and Bugler Corps, it's really amazing to see and hear how well they perform, because usually a marching band, they could sound like not as great or as clear, like it could be disturbing to the ears for some people, but for them it's all super clear, and like if it's fake, in other words, like that's how great it is. So if you have the time and the chance to see them, I recommend seeing them. This last Saturday, we hosted the brigade level of the IMAs, which is known as the Individual Major Awards. And what it is, it's a Cadet Corps event that allows cadets, depending on their time and grade and their rank, to participate in certain divisions, such as overall cadet senior division and senior officer. And it's a really nice event to allow cadets to push their limits as leaders. And our Cadet Sergeant Major Jacob Abriz, he competed in the senior division overall cadet, and very few people participate in it because it requires a lot of knowledge of the entire Cadet Corps, so they need to be knowledgeable of all the strands, and even fewer are able to get first place. And he was able to get first place for the brigade level, so now he'll be competing for the state level to go against the other first place winners across the state. And if he wins the first place as a state, he'll get a saber with his name engraved on it. So it'll be, hopefully he'll win, because that'll be really nice. And our sound-off speech competition at Martin Luther King High School is this Saturday. If I'm not sure if you guys know about it, but if you're available at 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., please come to it. I'm going to be speaking there as well. And my friend Esther Corona is going to be speaking there for the competition. It's only 2 cadets from CMI and other cadets from their school and other schools as well. And on the right photo, that's our last commander, Miguel Lopez, and he won first place. So hopefully his speech skills and luck will fall on the new commander, which is me. So next year, the next commander could have a picture of me holding the trophy. This coming Tuesday is our annual general inspection, and this is a very important event for all the schools that participate in the California Cadet Corps, because what it is that it's the commandants from our headquarters at Camp San Luis Obispo, and they come and inspect all the schools to make sure they're maintaining their records, their personal files, and making sure that they're keeping up with the program of the military style. And there's a morning inspection, so they inspect all the cadets, and then they go in to inspect all the staff, so all the paperwork and stuff. And that picture is an example of one of the things they check for, which is called a permanent order. And it has the student's name, their rank, and their unit they're part of. Sorry. And then what that is for is to show what awards they receive, usually most of the time in their ribbons, but they could also be badges and medals. And during spring break, we're going to have OCS and NCO Academy. And what this allows is it allows for cadets who want to pursue higher leadership opportunities in our school and to get higher ranks. So for OCS, that's strictly for cadets who want to become officers. And NCOA is for cadets who want to go higher in the NCO ranks, such as like cadet sergeant through master sergeant. And that picture on the bottom are our cadet leaders, our cadet sergeant majors. They're planning the training schedule and everything for the NCO Academy. And their goal is to try to make it as fun for them, of course, because they're going to be the instructors, so they have to be motivated. And they want to make it as close to boot camp for the cadets who are going to be participating in it, but of course within regulations of school policies and stuff, so they're not going to get hurt there. But the point is for them to have fun. And this concludes my presentation. And if the board members or committee have any questions for me, I'll answer them. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Lieutenant. Oral report from CMITA President Angel Love Behrens.
Good evening, President, Superintendent, school board members, and Cabinet. CMI is excited to start the negotiations for 16-17 school year. The close of the school year will mark our second full year as a successful bargaining unit under the district. We look forward to hearing from Mrs. Davis to reserve dates. Excited about that. One concern we do have is our members received a email a few weeks ago announcing the change in the CMI's web address. And some of my members, it kind of hit them with an odd accord that we were not notified ahead of time. We weren't given any warning until it was launched. And that for some of my members was kind of disheartening. They felt like maybe without the lack of information or the heads up to me or anyone so that it could get disseminated before it happened was kind of a way of separating us from the district. Our executive board has worked with our members to reassure them that that's not the issue and that we trusted that there was a reason that the change is happening. We have not gotten that reason, and we have not gotten the explanation of why it occurred the way it did or why it has happened at all. Some of our members are like I said, a little concerned that it means something else is coming to separate us from the district. And it's kind of unnerving some members. On a lighter note and a better note, our Wednesday collaborations are going really great. We are very, very excited. I know today I got to meet with 8th grade teachers, 9th grade teachers, and 10th grade teachers, and I'm a 7th grade teacher. And we discussed writing across the grade levels. So how I can prepare my 7th grade teacher or students for 8th grade, and how 8th grade can work with for 9th grade, and how 9th grade can prepare them for 10th grade. We also come up with uniform ideas of how to prevent plagiarism, how to improve their writing, and how to improve their writing across curricular and cross grade level. Very, very exciting stuff is going on in our PLCs. We love our Wednesday collaboration, and we want to deeply thank you for allowing us to have that time. We look forward. We're just in the beginning weeks of this. I think we've had 6 or 7 Wednesdays now of this time, and we're very, very excited about what can be accomplished long term of having that extra time to do this work. There's any other questions or comments? We want to thank you for your continued support of CMITA. Thank you.
Thank you. Principal's update, Mr. Rhodes.
Good evening, President Nelson and Board, Dr. Greenberg and Cabinet. My student did such an outstanding job. I have so little to say. It's almost unbelievable. Good job, Omar. Just a quick update. Of course, just like my colleagues at the other sites, we're planning for the 16-17 school year, working on a master schedule and budgeting and all the things associated with the upcoming year. Facilities-wise, we're in great shape. We're making all kinds of progress there. We are also excited about bringing in a variety of new programs and opportunities for our students, and that's going well as well. And then lastly, we are in the process of finalizing plans for our makerspace and our computer lab to enhance opportunities and abilities for students exploring STEM to go down that road and be able to benefit from the opportunities afforded from being subjected to that kind of education and those kinds of experiences. And that's all I have. Sorry.
Short and sweet, I like it. Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Information reports on discipline. Invitation to address the Board of Trustees on agendized and non-agendized items. I don't believe we have any for CMI. Nope. No takers. Consent calendar. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I think Dr. Rouse had that one. Questions, comments? No. Please vote. Thank you. Action item, personnel submitting its initial proposals to negotiate with a CMITA for the 2016-17 school year. Do I have a motion?
Second.
There we go. Yeah, we have to. Okay, we open this at 5:33. We have any comments for the district's proposal, concerning the district's proposal? No comments. Nothing from the audience. Okay, bear with me. Longest minute ever. There we go. Closing at 5:34. Okay, please vote. Thank you. Information item on a revised course, Math 5. Not A through G. Well, fifth grade, you wouldn't really expect it to be A through G compliant. Closed session if necessary.
No, sir.
Thank you. Other items by the superintendent?
Just one, the ball that Omar talked about was amazing on February 26th, and he's right, that MIA presentation at the table where the table is set but there's nobody sitting there was poignant and really affected all of us in a positive way. So 500 students, Angel was there. Everybody was dressed to the nines. And I have to tell you, if you look back at that picture and see Mr. Rhodes, it is dressed Marines outfit. Wow. The Army, the Air Force, the Navy guys, they were all going, wow, they do have the best uniforms. And then I thought I'd just have Candace respond to Angel's concern because we have an answer to that.
Yeah, so I want to apologize to you and the members if that caught you off guard, or if maybe they didn't get the email. I did look because I could be a Google search ninja when I want to be. But Shane did send out an email and provide the reasons. The reasons were, as he listed, that we registered a new domain name in order to allow CMI to better promote and market itself. So rather than having PUHSD, it's a CMI charter, which really represents them. And it is a separate legal entity from the district. We've had some funding issues in the past where it would have been helpful to us or more beneficial to CMI had we had that little bit of separation. So what I will do, though, since we hear the concern that your members have concerns over that, when we didn't know that, we didn't hear anything back, so we can't fix it if we don't know it's broken. But what we can do is Joe and Shane can reach out to you and see what further explanation we can provide. Okay.
And I remember specifically there was a funding opportunity for facilities that was denied because they said that the two were together and intertwined. So this is not a gesture to separate CMI from the district, but just to make it clear that it is a separate charter school governed by the same governing board. And so, but we'll have Joe and Shane reach out to your members. We appreciate you coming forward, Angel.
Thank you. Other items by the Board of Trustees. Dr. Rouse? Ms. Twyman? Ms. Cooley? Mr. Goodness? None from me this month. Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Ed and Joan, please vote. Thank you. We are adjourned at 5:37.